Wait, they don't know what happened on Aaron Hernandez and Josh McDaniels.
There seems to be concern within the Raiders organization about Chandler Jones.
Oh.
So we have an update on Chandler Jones, and it's really not a happy update. I mean, it seems like as time's going on, it's getting worse and worse and worse for Chandler Jones. And I guess there is a silver lining in this situation because at least now he'll be able to get some help. So let's just get into it, man. Work! Today's sponsor really solved one of my biggest problems, and that is food preparation. Typically, I'm too busy to cook because, well, I'm preparing content for you lovely people. I spend way too much time whenever I try to overanalyze what to order online from a food delivery app, and usually I'm paying 3 times the price for something that's terrible for me, which is why I partnered with Factor. Factor makes sure that you never have to make a trip to the grocery store, you don't have to sit there, chop and prep, and clean up after yourself, while still getting good flavor and the nutritional quality that you need. All of their packages include nutrition facts, which I'm a huge fan of. I mean, for me personally, being able to see the amount of protein, carbs, and fats I'm consuming in addition to calories without needing to weigh that all out, knowing that all the food is going to be prepared within 2 minutes and it's going to taste delicious, is a huge reason why I'm excited for this partnership. The crazy part is they have calorie smart meals too that are less than 550 calories. So all in all, Factor is super convenient, helps me hit my nutritional goals, and tastes great. And right now they're hooking you guys up fat. Go to factor75.com or click the link below and use promo code Mikerophone50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box. That's factor75.com or click the link below and use promo code Mikerophone50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box. And thank you, Factor, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? If you guys saw my previous videos on the subject, you know how I feel about Chandler Jones. I think he is one of the most talented edge rushers of our generation. Without a doubt, a top 10 pass rusher of the 2010s. His longevity is incredibly impressive. He's put together some incredible 19 sack seasons. And to be honest, going into his stint with the Las Vegas Raiders, it looked like he would be able to continue that streak. On paper, it made a lot of sense. He was going to go play with Josh McDaniels, who clearly seemed like he's on a huge quest to bring in as many expatriates as possible to establish the culture. But it seems like Chandler Jones isn't going to be one of those expatriates this year to help the Las Vegas Raiders establish their culture. Previously, we've shown you guys images of Chandler Jones posting his personal journal for everyone to see, where he praised people like Kanye West, Antonio Brown, his brother John Bones Jones, and Alden Smith, all very accomplished in their careers, all with some questionable stuff that doesn't pertain to their career. But that would just be the tip of the iceberg for Chandler Jones. He would start to portray what I believe was a manic episode. Now, I did half complete a master's in biomedical science, but I dropped out so I could pursue this. So I'm not necessarily qualified to give a full psychiatric evaluation on Chandler Jones, but just judging based upon what I'm seeing here, if you just look at messages, especially the one Mark Davis sent. I mean, Mark Davis's message to Chandler Jones was very heartfelt. I don't know if he's being disingenuous. A part of it kind of feels disingenuous, but the message is the message, so we'll give him props for that. Chandler, the Raiders are the most important thing in my life. The most valuable asset the Raiders have are its alumni. It's their blood, sweat, and tears which made it possible for this organization's iconic image, for the new offices, practice facility, and stadium that current and future Raiders will play in. Once a Raider, always a Raider is not an idle statement. I care for you, the person, more than I care for you, the player. I'm here for you should you feel the need to talk man to man with respect, MD. I have serious questions for the once a Raider, always a Raider bit and him caring about every player that was once a Raider. I mean, I don't see you guys honoring Jamarcus Russell, with all due respect, but regardless, it's still a nice message that Mark Davis sent. But these messages would slowly get more and more manic, in my opinion. He would show this DM to LeBron James, which was, in my opinion, was a very aggressive DM. I mean, appreciate those words coming from you, King. Big fan. Keep your foot on these people's throats. I mean, that's just so aggressive. And don't get me wrong, Chandler Jones, edge rusher in the NFL, it makes sense for him to be an aggressive guy. And this is before he started having his episode as well. Look at what he captioned this. We're so free, it's not even funny. Now I need need you guys to release LBJ and his family, or I'm in the field my damn self. It would just get crazier and crazier. I mean, he would claim that he was hacked, but then he would post a video of himself eating honey bunches of oats in his underwear poolside. He would post screenshots of his doctors trying to get in touch with him, and he would make insane allegations that really didn't even make sense. I mean, there's this one screenshot he had with Larry Fitzgerald where he said Larry Fitzgerald is sending his daughter to take his things and shares a text with Fitz stating that he was the target of a restraining order filed by his baby mama, but Larry Fitzgerald doesn't have a daughter. So it's clear that Chandler Jones is really going through something, and although this is a bizarre situation, I just want us to all practice some empathy here. I had my own theories. I mean, I've had a really close YouTube pal that was a mentor to me, really helped me break through to my first 100K subscribers when I was making NBA 2K content a while back, and it turned out he was a schizophrenic, and whenever he would smoke weed, it would make the schizophrenia act up, which again, I have nothing against people that smoke weed. I think for specific people, they're very functional on it, and if it reduces their anxiety, it reduces their stress, and they're functional human beings, more power to you. But I am saying there are specific psychiatric disorders that when combined with a substance like marijuana or alcohol or anything else on the spectrum, it could make it worse. And I've had a personal experience witnessing that. So that was my personal theory. Now, since then, we had an update on Chandler Jones. He would get hospitalized, thankfully, but unfortunately, he would be hospitalized against his will. He would post on social media and would write that the police said that people were concerned about me because of my posts online, which rightfully so. When the regular season is underway and you're on your team's non-football illness list, there's clearly something going on. I mean, you're clearly a huge part of this Las Vegas Raiders team, and if you're not playing in games and you're fully healthy, like physically healthy to play in games, something's up. He would continue bashing Josh McDaniels, writing, "Get McDaniels the f out of Las Vegas. This is my city. I'll play for anyone but him. He comes from Kraft mac and cheese, bitch made Boston," which I want you guys to understand. Chandler Jones's relationship to Boston, he won his only Super Bowl there. And obviously Kraft mac and cheese is probably a reference to Robert Kraft. Mark Davis, know I feel that way. That's why he sent that long text about his team. I should expose his too. Make SDM Raiders won the owner. This her city for real. Again, not really making a lot of sense, but things would really hit the fan here. Chandler Jones would post onto his Instagram story saying that there was something dark about Aaron Hernandez that a lot of people are trying to cover up here. And here's the video.
Wait, they don't know what happened on Aaron Hernandez and Josh McDaniels. All right, yep. Y'all thought Chico killed himself in jail? Y'all thought my nigga Chico killed himself in jail? Oh.
Clearly, this is an individual that is going through some stuff. And the reason I'm telling you all this is it builds up to the silver lining I'm about to tell you about. Now, at this point, everyone was very concerned about Chandler Jones's well-being. So there's only one thing that we can do. There's only one hero that could save us at this point. One man that could rescue Chandler Jones from this very disturbing situation that he was in. And thankfully, that man tweeted that he is on the way. Antonio Brown tweeted, "I'll be mending the gap at Raiders at Chandler Jones. We can do it. Let's get him back on Squid Games. Let him play. Allow him the opportunity to level up his outburst. Just held in pent-up aggression. You got presidential bloodline of Geechee. You never know what we individually been through, ... CTE. So Antonio Brown's new thing is he's playing victim for the clear CTE that he potentially suffered, which good for him. I mean, you can't really determine if someone has CTE until they're gone. But I mean, if there's a person that exhibits the signs of CTE, it's definitely Antonio Brown. But the thing that's interesting about this whole angle that AB has been taking lately is the fact that he acts like, I don't know, he was like sold into slavery against his will or something. I mean, this is a guy that tried to make it into the NFL. I'm gonna be clear and honest. The NFL is a very dangerous sport. Football is a very dangerous sport. There's long-term bodily harm and damage, and thankfully it's a conversation we're having a little bit more often, but it's still a choice that you made yourself. You're pretty much saying, okay, I know what the risks are, far. And my take home is potentially tens of millions of dollars, which Antonio Brown made, and he left a lot on the table as well. Antonio Brown's really taken this, feel bad for me because I suffer from CTE angle, but a lot of what he is also saying is very true, and I don't want to discount this. Like when he quote tweeted this JPA football tweet and said, "We need more talks about the trauma we all go through, deal with, and solutions to get through, catch the energy." Honestly, I'm here for Antonio Brown being the face and spokesman of CTE while he's alive. I mean, he could do a lot of good if he keeps this up. I think this is the most productive Antonio Brown story arc that we have seen since he returned to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win a Super Bowl with them. So I'm very happy to see this. And I hope that they had a productive conversation, because Antonio Brown would post this picture of him FaceTiming Chandler Jones saying PHP degree, people help people, everything good, hashtag beast express yourself, hashtag call God. So I'm actually shocked. I think Antonio Brown did some good here. I know it's really easy to meme the man, but he did a lot of good here in this particular instance, which I hope he continues on this trajectory. And this would bring us to the silver lining, because we would find out that Chandler Jones would officially get arrested. Now, what's interesting about Chandler Jones's arrest is we would also find out at the same time that they arrested Tupac Shakur's alleged murderer. So I want to be abundantly clear. These two are not connected. Chandler Jones had nothing to do, at least from my impression, he had nothing to do with Tupac's life being ended in 1996. Chandler Jones would have been 6 years old. So let's just write that off really quickly. But the information we got here is Chandler Jones was arrested early Thursday morning in Las Vegas. TMZ Sports has learned just hours after the Raiders star broke down in tears on social media. The 33-year-old All-Pro was booked into Clark County Detention Center in Nevada around midnight, where Jones still remains behind bars. The exact details surrounding the arrest are currently unclear, but our sources tell us Chandler violated a protective order, so cops responded and arrested him. Our law enforcement sources tell us that the Super Bowl champion was cooperative while being taken into custody. Jones has been away from the Raiders since September 5th after an alleged dispute over access to the team's facility. He has not played in any of their 3 games this season. The team is 1-2. The Raiders released a statement on the arrest saying that the team is hopeful that Chandler Jones receives the care that he needs. He, his family, and all those involved are in our thoughts. The NFL also addressed the Chandler Jones news, adding, "We've been closely monitoring the matter, and I've been in constant communication with the Raiders." At the end of the day, it's such a terrible situation. And again, this started out as relatively nothing, in my opinion. It was just Chandler Jones being frustrated that he couldn't get into the team's practice facility. And he may have called out the general manager and his head coach a little bit more aggressively than normal. But he seems like an aggressive guy. You saw from the Instagram LeBron James DM, that could just be his character. But it just slowly devolved into something worse and worse and worse until this man was clearly crying for help. And I'm happy that he's in a situation where he won't be a danger to himself. You know, like as a guy that's been tapped into YouTube for some time, we all know what happened with the YouTuber Attica a couple years ago. Every time I see some type of psychotic break like this, I really just hope that people find a way to ensure that Chandler Jones isn't a danger to himself or others. So again, silver lining, yeah, it sucks he got arrested, but it's also good that he got arrested because this could have been way, way, way worse. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Hopefully we bring you guys a positive update on this story soon. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.